found Radio Free Tennessee. Your Tony Basilio show will begin momentarily. Keep it locked in right here at TonyBasilio.com and on your Tony Basilio app. And hey, do us a favor. Spread the word. Another award-winning, thought-provoking, action-packed edition of the Tony Basilio Show is coming up next. Tips are always appreciated here at TonyBasilio.com, home of the Tony Basilio Show. You found the Tony Basilio stream at TonyBasilio.com or on your smartphone or tablet. Another thrilling, chilling, and sometimes spilling edition of the Basilio Show is on the way next. Tips are always appreciated here at TonyBasilio.com.
WJBE 1040 AM 99.7 FM. Translator W259DB.
No, there's nothing going on.
We're a few days out, y'all. Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go, Sean Sinclair. Let's go, brother. Are you fired up, focused, and prepared, man? Now. Are you pumped? He can't hear anything. What's that mean? All right, I can hear you loud and clear. And soon the whole world can hear you. Brownie. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, should you accept it, we got a great show lined out for you today. We're firing it up. We're focusing it. We're preparing it. We're getting it ready. We're baking it in the oven. The great Watson Brown going to join us on the other side. We're going to break it down scientifically with him. We're going to get in touch with our inner child, because there's nothing like major college football in the beginning of football season that brings it out in you. And I was talking to the great Al Wilson about that today. There's just nothing like this time of the year A week from Friday, Al's going to join us down at Calhoun's on site. It's going to be unbelievable. Mr. Volunteer himself. I got Mr. Vol listening as well up in Louisville, the great Chris Burke. We ought to do that. We ought to do like next off season a Mr. Vol pageant. In the meantime, we come back. I'll visit with Sinky, Bry, and I got a Wednesday with Watson Brown because Syracuse has, looking at their depth chart, they have a 17-year-old starting cornerback, a minor. Will Tennessee turn that minor into a major issue for the Qs? As we continue with more, when the minor becomes a major and the major becomes a minor. As we continue with more after this.
Are you searching for a great local coffee? I'm Billy with Grade A Grounds. You can buy our freshly roasted coffee online and support a good cause with every sip. Great coffee, greater causes. Visit our website today, gradeagrounds.com.
Next week is your last chance to see your Knoxville Smokies in action this season.
No way.
Join us for our final all-you-can-eat Wednesday. Less than $30 gets you into the game and all the food your stomach can handle. We also have Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers, fireworks Friday and Saturday nights, and Fan Appreciation Day on Sunday with free prizes given out during the game. It's your last chance, so get those tickets now at SmokiesBaseball.com.
The end of summer means big savings and no more excuses to not call Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Don't let plumbing or HVAC problems follow you into fall, and take care of them now while the kids head back to school. Whether it's a leaky pipe, outdated water heater, or AC unit struggling to keep up, the expert team at Pipe Wrench is here to help you transition smoothly into fall with a home that's running efficiently and worry-free. This month only, enjoy 10% off any plumbing or HVAC service, including repairs, replacements, or maintenance. And Peace of Mind Maintenance Plan members will get an additional 10% off for 20% in total savings. From repairs to tune-ups to replacements, we'll help you check home comfort off your end of summer or back-to-school to-do list. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer flexible payment plans including 0% financing with credit approval. So don't let HVAC or plumbing issues slow you down this season, and don't delay as the offer ends August 31st. Call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Life never stops moving. And between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, weekly soccer practice, Tuesday night yoga, X number of coffee runs, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up. A tire designed for doers. A tire that's going to last. Like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety and comfort you expect, you can forget all about the miles ahead and focus on getting to your destination or conquering your to-do list. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. That's Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. From Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, they've stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. There are neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Are you stuck in a dead-end job or ready for a new challenge? Do you feel like it's time to try a new career? Well, it's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. My friends at TLD Logistics have some really exciting opportunities for you to learn a new skill. With a new 5-acre driving academy that's now under new leadership with all new course material. And the best part, it's absolutely free. What a great deal to set you on the road to higher pay. And TLD Logistics even offers weekly stipends to offset food and gas expenses. In 6 weeks' time, you could complete this course and be in compliance with FMCSA regulations. Then you're ready for the open road of opportunity. What are you waiting for? It's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. Visit tldlogistics.com. That's tldlogistics.com. TLD Logistics.
A lime is not always just a lime. You see, some limes are lucky. For when a lime joins the salted rim of a crisp, refreshing Tres Dos Equis, that lime is no longer a mere lime, but a wedge of renowned Mexican limón. Muchas gracias, limón. And also, de nada. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Hey there, Basilio family. Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. The countdown to fall football is on. Is your fall plan missing the perfect home to watch the Vols make another playoff run? If a new view is on your game day checklist, I'm ready to help you find it. Don't wait until kickoff. Give me a call today at 865-694-5904 or visit my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, their Mama Zizi approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. Thank you to Josh Collins and Zizi.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols!
Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw. Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good. Shout it out loud, y'all. Shout it out loud. It's unbelievable, Andy. It's game week. Tony Basilio welcoming you back on what is it, just an absolutely glorious day here in East Tennessee. This weather has just broken right at the time of college football season. And really, in this world, what could be finer than that? Not a whole lot. For those listening around the region, it might be like smoking hot where you are. Man, here in East Tennessee, it just I'm telling you, this week, it just kind of hit the tape. And it feels like autumn outside. And autumn in East Tennessee, there is something special about that. It does something to your body, to your brain, to your mind. Sean Sinclair, what is your level of pumpitude right now when you start thinking about this upcoming season? How pumped are you right now to get this thing started?
Tony, I am pumped. You say shout it out loud. That's from the iconic Kiss album, Destroyer.
Destroyer! Yes!
Doesn't get any better than that. Obviously, off that album was Detroit Rock City, I believe. One of the greatest rock songs of all time. But no, I am pumped. There's no question about it. I'm looking forward to the boys going out there and seeing what they have. All the analysts and the internet guys and the this and the that have been trying to decipher the nothing that comes out of Heupel, and I don't mean that as a crack.
Yep.
Just nothing coming out of there. So it'll be good to see it on the big screen and see what we have and see what's going on. I just as a little aside, I've wanted, for whatever reason, 53-man rosters, I guess, came out yesterday or today, and I went through and I just did the painstaking thing of looking at every roster on ESPN and looks like we have 22 guys that are made the starting lineup, and I'm talking about just positional players, not specialists, because I know we have a few deep long snappers out there, but maybe even some kickers. But wish those guys good luck. 22 guys, a couple of surprises out there, if you'll indulge me. Gabe Judy Lolly is with the. We'll claim him from BYU and Vandy. He's with the Titans.
Wow.
We all know about some. Yeah, know some of the other guys. Josh Dobbs stuck with New England.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Butler with the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
And say it isn't so, Kamal Hadden made the Green Bay Packers opening roster. So congratulations to all those for people. I mean, it's 22 is a smaller number. There's been a talent drought here from what it used to be for the NFL. But except for linebackers, two quarterbacks, 3 running backs, 5 wide receivers, 2 O linemen, 5 D linemen, and 4 DBs, if I counted right. So as we're not putting in huge numbers, but we're across the board. Aside from linebackers, we're putting in some. If you count Darrell Taylor as a defensive end, which I do, pretty much across the board. So it looks like
send me that, Cinco. And by the way, Dylan Sampson looks like he's going to start in Cleveland.
Yep.
So,
and I think I heard that Dante Thornton has a shot at starting with the Raiders.
Yes.
So good for all those guys, and I hope they have an injury-free and a productive year, and keep flying that power T for us, boys.
It's absolutely outstanding. There is absolutely so fired up, so focused, so prepared, so excited for what's going to be. Let me tie up line 4 because that noise is going to drive me nuts. The great Watson Brown now joins, presented by our friends at Simpson's Meats, who we know, love, and who serve our community. Let me bring the great Watson Brown in now without further ado. Watson Brown, how we doing, my man?
We're doing great. It's football time in Tennessee, right?
Brother, how nice is this weather right now? Talk to me.
Oh, it just makes you smell football, doesn't it? That's what I say. This is football weather.
And the amazing thing, Watson, is that as soon as we got to this week, that weather broke. Just like that. Yeah. Boom.
Yep.
It was
Some things in the South are just sacred. That's what it is.
There you go, brother.
In the South are just sacred.
Because it was brutal this summer here for people outside the area. That was a brutal summer we just went through. I hope like heck that this isn't a false fall. I want it to be fall and let fall on us. Hey, Watson, the game is just so unpredictable, isn't it? Looking at those week 0 games, it's just such a crazy puzzle, isn't it?
Well, it's also good, Tony. We've got some good games. People are starting to play. I think the networks are kind of pushing this on everybody, and for money. But we're getting good games early, which you don't. In a few years back, we didn't get that. We just didn't get that, and now there's quite a few. It's going to be a great weekend. I mean, you've got a really good game just about every day this weekend, a really good one, and then some really solid ones right behind it.
Yeah, Tennessee's playing in that window with Syracuse where they're on opposite the Texas and Ohio State game.
Yeah, I'd say the eyeballs, those ratings won't be real good. Everybody that's watching that's going to be a big Orange fan or Syracuse fan, because I think the majority of the country will be watching Ohio State, Texas if it's good, and I think it's going to be. I don't see how it can't be.
Yeah, I'd say a lot of Vol fans are splitting the screen. Will be splitting the screen themselves, checking out what's going on in that one. Watson, I sent you a couple snooze notes and snuggets about this game. Now that we're getting close to it, and you were right. We were talking to some Syracuse folks leading up to this deal. They're planning on going out there. They're planning on going fast on offense. They're planning on doing what they do. Obviously, Fran Brown came off that Georgia staff, very good defensive coach. But offensively, they're pretty married to what they do, and they're going to go out there, and they've got a 17-year-old starting defensive back. Syracuse does. And Tennessee might, before it's all said and done, they might throw an 18-year-old wide receiver out there for all we know, and Rendarius Jackson. That's pretty wild in the transfer portal era that you'd put a 17-year-old kid out there to start. And Watson, if you were coordinating, would you run at him? Would you test him? Would you test that kid early?
Oh yeah, you got to. I mean, that's first of all, he's going to be really nervous because it's just completely different than what he's ever done, and so he'll be nervous. But it also tells you he must be pretty good. There's no way they're that low in depth to the point they have to put a guy out there. So with the transfer portal like it is, you can find an older safety or corner or a secondary guy at least to fill in for you for 3 or 4 games till you put the young guy out there. But so it also could go the other way, Tony. He must be pretty good. I just can't imagine somebody doing that and putting a guy out there that isn't outstanding. You got to, in the old days, yeah, I get it, because you bring in 25 guys and what you got left from the year before, you might find one junior college transfer here or there to help. But now, I mean, you just go out and fix a position immediately. And so it might be that he's a pretty good player, but he's still very, very young and inexperienced.
Yeah, it's interesting stuff, man. The other thing about Syracuse is that they've got another kind of an anomaly, and we're starting to learn about him. They got a kid, 6'7", 380 pounds, that's going to start at offensive line for him, Watson, by the name of Byron Washington. He's from DeSoto, Texas.
They grow big in Texas, buddy.
6'8", 380?
I'm telling you. They just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I played with 2 NFL guys in the year I was healthy as a sophomore at Vanderbilt. Bob Asher played with the Bears forever. I was an offensive tackle. He was tall. He was about 6'6", between 6'5" and 6'6". He weighed 245. He weighed 245. Pat Toomey, who wrote a book and played with the Raiders for those years, and he was about 6'5", 6'6", and might have weighed 240. I mean, it is a different world. Now, I know that was late 60s, early 70s, but still, the difference in these kids today that can run, Tony, I mean, they can run with that. Now, the tackle won't be that, but I'm not about these defensive guys. You don't play on that side of the ball anymore the way the ball's spread out all over the field and stuff if you're not a really good athlete in today's world. You might get away with a nose guard. That's about it. Every other position, you've got to be athletic if you're a good defensive player.
It's a Wednesday with Watson Brown, presented by our friends at Simpson's Meats. You bow thy head when you say thy name, Simpson's Meats, because we're talking quality here. We're talking first run. We're talking a beef brand built on quality. We're talking 1888 on Jim Simpson's farm. We're talking steaks, burgers, sausage, roast, chickens, you name it, they've got it. We're talking top quality. We're talking they've got half and quarter cows, if that's what you want. We're talking they'll ship anywhere in the world at simpsonsmeats.com, West Knoxville off Level Road. Shop today. Do it today. Shout out Sam Bruce and my friends over at Simpson's Meats. This is a great Watson Brown joins on a Wednesday. All right, Watson, so we've kind of chewed around the outside here, so to speak. Let's get right to the meat of the matter in honor of Simpson's Meats. What's Tennessee going to do on offense? And what are they going to do on offense in this game, Watson? Let's talk about the Vols for a second. What do they do?
Take care of the ball. That I just can't see them losing if they take care of the ball. The defense is too good. I just take care of the football. Get your points. You're going to get opportunities because there are going to be many stops and probably be some turnovers. And just the only way Syracuse, I think, hangs in there in this game, and this is a Power 4 school, so it's not playing a low group of 5, but they're lost a lot of players, and nobody knows how good anybody is. but most everybody's not going to be as good as everybody thinks because you put so many new faces out there for the first time, and you get to scrimmage nobody except yourself. And that after about 10 days, you know each other backwards and forwards. So it's not like a scrimmage when you're going against somebody you don't know. And so nobody's going to be as good. Tennessee, though, is going to be real good on defense, and that's where you want to be early. And they're going to be. And just take care of the football and don't put your new quarterback out there in bad situations. And that's one of the things I think Josh Heupel does the best is he always thinks to take care of the quarterback, make sure you're doing things he can do and he's confident in doing, and don't put him in bad situations. And that's what he'll do, and that's why I think they'll win the game pretty handedly. And I'm not talking about blowout, but I think they'll handle the game. And the only way they don't is they don't take care of the football.
Watson, how many shots do they take?
Oh, many. You get that. That is not like people think. Taking shots is not taking chances. You take shots when you know what you're going to get coverage-wise, and you get crowded boxes or here or there. You find you one-on-one, and you're going to lay some balls up. But those are 50-50 balls, and I taught receivers hard because the quarterback had to believe in them and have confidence in them. I said, I don't care if it's pass interference. You interfere. That dude does not intercept that one-on-one ball, period. Tackle him, I don't care. So I don't, they're going to throw it up. I think they'll throw it up 7-8 times in the game.
Do they do it early, Watson, or do they stay? Yes.
Yeah, you'll see first quarter bombs, maybe a couple. Got to test those guys and see how they run and how they handle those one-on-one situations. And Tennessee will get some of that. They're just going to get some of that because they're always going to run the football pretty well. And Tennessee does everything off the run. Everybody thinks, Tennessee is fast and wide open, and Tennessee is a run-first team, and most of their pass offense, comes off the running game. They don't carry a deep drop-back package. That's not what they believe in. And so they're going to get their shots off of there. They'll run it pretty well, I think. I'll be surprised if they don't. That would be a big surprise to me if Tennessee doesn't run the ball solid. I'm not saying just up and down the field, but solid. And which will give them those shots because you got to start getting the guy up there. And once you bring one up to the numbers that Tennessee's playing with, like if it's 12 personnel, you're going to bring one safety up. Well, that turns it into single coverage, 100% so. And if it's 11 personnel and you got to bring one of those safeties down in that box, that turns it into single safety, single coverage, Tony. And so they're going to get their shots, and that is not complicated. You basically fake the ball and lay it up the boundary and let it go. So I think you'll see quite a bit of that early. You won't see a complicated drop-back game. That's what you're not going to see in this game.
Which is kind of
they're not going to do a lot of that.
Yeah, and that's kind of the point, isn't it? It's like the whole concept of you get in 12 and you manipulate that space, and you sort of take what they give you, right? At some point.
Yeah, you hammer them. You try to hammer them. That's always Tennessee's way. Tennessee is not a finesse running team. They're going to run gap scheme, and they're going to run the zone scheme at you, and they're going to try to hammer you. That's what they do. And they're going to keep doing that as the game goes on. They're very simple in their running game. They give you a lot of different formations to do it out of, but they're always hunting the single coverage stuff. You'll see a bunch of easy throws early, their slants, their hitches, and their bubbles, as I call them. You're going to see a bunch of that early in the game, and then you're going to see it go deep. You're not going to see a bunch of high-lows early in the football game. What I mean by high-lows is a guy underneath and a guy over the top, where it's a little bit more of a read and a little bit more of a complicated throw. You're not going to see a lot of that early.
The great Watson Brown joining. It's a Wednesday with Watson. It's often imitated, never duplicated. It's moving right to left across your device. And Brian Hartman, jump in here. with Coach Watson Brown.
Yeah, I wanted to make a point about Aguilar and get your thoughts on this. There's been some that's worried about his interception total from a year ago, but I think they said he led the nation in picks. But one thing that speaks a lot to me is he was never benched, I don't believe. And that has to say something, I would think.
Yeah, and Brian, you can't throw all that on the player. Certain systems can create some interceptions by the what they throw and that kind of stuff. And some are on the quarterback, but it's also a lot of those can be system. And Josh's guys are not going to throw a lot of interceptions because of the system that he runs is quarterback friendly. So he's not going to throw it in the crowd. If he does, it's going to be on the quarterback because the way it's designed for his run-pass options and that kind of stuff is if they're up here and they come running up for this, hit this one guy on this throw. It's very simple stuff. Or just catch it and throw it to one of those guys on the outside and let them dodge somebody and make us a first down or two. So the system that's run by Josh, that should not be a thought process. I can't see him throwing interceptions in that system unless they get in trouble and start getting long yardage now. Now he's got to be the one taking care of the ball and not forcing some of those high-low type things. But if they stay within the chains, he's not going to throw interceptions.
Watson Brown joining on the program. The thing about Tennessee's offense we've talked about, and I'd like you to unpack this for us, is that because there's been some criticism this week by a guy that talked about how, Nico left because he wanted to be developed for the next level, and Tennessee only uses half the field. And like you've talked about with the wide receivers, how it's, the wide receivers have the option routes that they off the route tree that they run. And, there's a lot of good in that, right? Because you're pretty much mitigating the opportunities to throw interceptions in this offense, right?
Yeah, I mean, that really, I laugh at those type things because Josh's job's not to develop a dude for the NFL.
Right.
Josh's job is to win games, period. And the NFL is also slowly headed toward a lot of these college offenses and a lot of things they're doing. So there is a difference and a lot of under the center in the NFL that Tennessee doesn't do, and a lot more downfield throws in the middle of the field than Tennessee does maybe. But that honestly, I don't see that. A good quarterback's a good quarterback. I mean, what you have to learn as a quarterback, Tony, is being able to read coverage in a very short period of time and having a great sense of timing. Those are the things you got to have, and sense of timing with that accurate throw. And if you head to the NFL and you've got those two things, you truly understand coverages and you can quickly read them and know where you're going. Most of the offenses I've always run totally put on the quarterback. We didn't do a lot of adjusting routes, just very little. But he had to know by coverage where he was throwing the ball. So a lot of times in our drop-back game, we didn't know where the ball was going. We had to wait to see coverage to know. And so you learn coverage in college, and you learn a great sense of timing in college with accuracy with that. You're ready to go to the NFL, and then you're going to – what's different in the NFL is two things. I've told you this on the air before. All my quarterbacks, I've had quite a few, all the quarterbacks come back and say two things. Coach, the bodies are bigger, taller, the arms are longer, and they're on you quicker. Those windows close so much quicker, number one. Number two, they always said the terminology is hard to learn because we were one-word terminology because we went fast. I promise you, Josh is a one-word terminology. All my quarterbacks came back and said, I had to learn words. A pass play might be 6 or 7 words, where our pass plays was maybe one word. And he said, those are the two things. Every quarterback said the same thing that came back to me. Coach, the quickness and the length of the defensive players, the ones rushing you and the ones covering, is unbelievably different. Windows are smaller. and they close quicker. Number one. Number two, it's hard for me to I struggle learning the words, and once you get it, then you get it. But the NFL started that way many years ago. They said, Tony, because you got low numbers on your team, and they wanted to all have words. A lot of the words were the same, so when they went from one team to another, they could get it quick. Or if, what the NFL does, they call a lot of passes. They call nearly every receiver's route. It might be post flag, out, flare. They'll sit there and call the whole thing. And so if you're the fourth guy, you're the back coming out of the backfield running the flare route or something like that. So my guys never talked bad that it was hard to learn protections, because we did that. We had to learn that in college. You had to learn to adjust the protection to this, and when this is coming. I remember playing Reggie White. We turned every protection when I was at Vanderbilt playing Reggie White to Reggie in the game. I said, I don't care if the blitz is coming from the other side. You get rid of it quick for that blitz, but we're going to turn and get double teams on Reggie White. We're not leaving him one-on-one the whole game. So we had to do all that stuff. That didn't bother my guys when they went to the NFL. So this deal, to me, I laugh at that stuff. Josh is not there to run a pro offense. If that's not what he thinks wins games, you don't need to do that. You got to do what you think is going to win football games, period.
The great, and I mean he's great, breaking it down scientifically, Watson Brown joining, who promises Tennessee's going to take some shots downfield in this game. They're going to do it early. Watson says they're going to pick on that 17-year-old cornerback and see what he's made of. And, Watson has a pretty good point. You're a kid out there playing Division I football at the age of 17. You're either on a very thin football team or you're probably pretty good. If you're 17 years old, you're getting a chance to start.
It's the second. Could be a little bit of both, but I bet this kid's going to be a really good player.
Yeah, I would think if you're 17.
I just can't imagine a Power 4 school putting one out there like that early, unless he's really good.
The other thing about these games, Watson, with the ACC, SEC, these matchups, especially when you get in the middle of that league, it seems like the difference is, and we've seen this with Tennessee playing Virginia a few years back, playing NC State last year. Tennessee's big, powerful defensive line controlling Syracuse's offensive line. And as we unpack this Angeli guy at quarterback, they say he's a big guy that can throw the ball, but they say he's not a quick mover at all. In fact, John Bryce joined us, who's pretty intimately familiar with what goes on in Notre Dame's program, and he said that the thing that sewed it up for Angeli not winning the quarterback job there was a practice they had back in the spring when he was competing with the other two guys that are there, and he took, in team periods, he took 4 sacks in a regular practice. And they basically brought the kid into the office and said, hey, look, we're going to go in another direction, which for the starter, which led him to go into the portal. And so when you got a guy back there that can't move, right, what do you do to counteract that if you're them? And then what's your biggest fear as an offensive coordinator?
2.5. That ball's got to be golden 2.5. That's your only chance. If he's not a runaround guy like the Vanderbilt guy or some of those kind of guys, that can dodge one and then move outside and make a play for you. If he can't do it with his feet, that ball's got to be thrown on time. Tony, you cannot sit there and hold it. And I always coached in the SEC, and I've coached against the SEC for years and years and years, and always the difference was the depth of the SEC and the size and ability of the offense and defensive lines. That's it. I might have some skill guys as good as theirs, but I didn't have the depth. But the offense and defensive lines is where the big difference is. And normally that's when, if you had to pick two things, that's the place where the SEC is just better. Depth and the front people, man. They're defensive people and the offensive people, both.
And they swallowed those two teams the last couple of years with that defensive line. That was the difference.
No, we talk so much about, and everybody does, about the offense because how good it was. It really got to talking Josh's offense with Hendon Hooker. That's when you really got.
Oh yeah,
that year was phenomenal, and they haven't had one like that since. But
no,
but they were phenomenal that year, and but their defense after they weren't great that year on defense. They were solid on defense, but they've just gotten so much better. And I don't think Tennessee's defense has gotten enough credit. I thought their defense really was the difference in playoff team last year, was how good the defense was.
You know what I wonder, Watson? I wonder one thing, and that's that, you talk about Tennessee's defense and the offense, and they just kind of leaned on their defense the last few years, and especially last year, making a playoff. And there's really no crime in that. I mean, Heupel shows a different gear doing that. But here's the thing I wonder. With the two safety and the three safety look, and it seems like they've got these air raid offenses in check a lot more than they have in the years past with a few adjustments that they've made. I wonder what the check back is going to be, or if they've called the cops on the party of these offenses, because it looks like in college football that the defenses are catching up with the offenses now, which, again, you said that several years ago when it was going great on here. You said, hey, look, these guys are on the other side of the ball, get paid too, and they're going to figure out how to stop this thing. Yeah. I wonder if that's what's happened here. I wonder if that's what we're going to see in the sport this season.
Well, that's what happens. Everything, what comes around goes around. I mean, the offense is like the wishbone. Then all of a sudden, a lot of people want to run the wishbone.
Yeah.
Well, the more that are running it, the more these defenses are seeing it. Yep. When you see something only once in a year, that's hard to stop. But when you're seeing it a bunch, then they catch up. And I never got to run the same stuff exactly from year to year, Tony.
Yep.
Never.
Yep.
You always have to make adjustments. I can't wait to see some of the adjustments Tennessee's made, because they're going to make some. There's no doubt in my mind we're going to see some different things this year over last. They're not going to sit there and just attack that three safety look the same way. So how are they going to attack it? I don't know. It's going to be fun to see. And it might be with personnel groupings, and it might be with different plays out of the same groupings you're running now that are going to attack that look quicker. So I don't. It's just going to be interesting to see. Last year, in a nutshell, people got to where they would play them and say, "We'll let you go 3 and 4 and 5 yards. We're not going to give you the big play." Everybody got on Tennessee. Well, they're not getting the big play. Well, the defenses weren't giving them the big play the same way. They were not, and so and they had to hand it off and hand it off and hand it off. Well, I think Josh is trying to create big plays. I haven't read. I don't keep up with that, but I'll bet you in the offices all spring and summer, how can we get more big plays? And so we're going to see. We're going to see what they come up with. The 12 personnel is a good way to create big plays, because you're going to get a lot of single coverage. And I've heard they're doing more of that because they've got some good ones and good tight ends. But we're going to see, and I can't wait to see what his adjustments were. I'm going to say it again. It doesn't mean they've stopped his offense. I never got to do the same things 2 years in a row. The defenses are not idiots. They're smart people over there. And once they get to look at it enough times, they get enough reps on it, and more people are doing it, then all of a sudden here it comes, and you've got to make adjustments. Nothing is good forever. Nothing. There is no offense in the world that's good forever. Defenses can catch up with it, especially in the SEC where they got good players.
Well, it's kind of like you said, I think about these Major League Baseball players that the first time you get in the box and you see a guy throw 98, you're like, whoa. But then you get to that level, and last night the Phillies have a closer that throws 102, Duran, he didn't even record an out last night, because once you get to that level and you have a night where your ball's not moving, spin rate's not whatever it's supposed to be or whatever it is, and we all have different days at the office, and he had a bad one last night. But the point is that that the velocity of the ball, it almost becomes relative. It's like, oh, okay, well, another guy 6'5", that throws the ball 500 million miles an hour. If your ball's not spinning, those guys at that level are going to hit it because they see it every day. It's like what you're talking about there.
It's the same philosophy. In the old days, you might have one guy here or there that's throwing that fast.
Yeah.
Well, that's fast because you're not seeing it. Now everybody's throwing in the mid-90s or upper 90s, and so that you end up can hit anything when you see it enough times. When you get reps against something enough times, all of a sudden you've got the timing of that thing down, and now the speed will not get it. You've got to have a moving ball. Pitchers in Major League Baseball, I don't care how hard they throw, if their ball doesn't move, they're not going to last long. They're not going to last long.
The great Watson Brown. Bry's got something else. Before we go to him, though, Watson, I got to ask you something. What's your jam game of the weekend? Maybe it is that Texas-Ohio State game. Maybe it's Alabama-Florida State to get a look at what Alabama has. Maybe it's LSU visiting Clemson. There are a bunch of them, like you talked about before. Yeah. Maybe it's on the Sunday Fair where we have Virginia Tech against South Carolina, or the nightcap where you have Notre Dame visiting Miami. What's your jam-out matchup that you're looking forward to this weekend?
What I would say to that is all of them, and that's what's neat, and that's why this 9-game schedule, I don't have just one, and then you got to just kind of watch the rest of them, and they're not going to be interesting. There's a bunch of them, man. There's at least one a day that's a really, really good game, and we're going to learn so much from a lot of teams this weekend. We're going to have a great feel of Ohio State and Texas, how good they both are. We're going to have a great feel of LSU and Clemson, how good they both are. We're going to have a great feel of Alabama and Florida State, how good both of them are. But that's what this 9-game schedule is going to do, Tony. And I knew it would happen. I promise you that the commissioner had gotten with the different committees on how they're going to let people into the playoffs. That had something to do with it. But money speaks also. And now we're going to see 9 SEC games, and that's great. That's great. We'll still get the same number in, even playing an extra game. Maybe might get one more. It'll hurt the lower-level teams losing a win. That'll hurt the lower-level team in the SEC. But the big boys that are fighting for the whole thing, it's going to be fantastic. The other thing this does, Tony, it's every other year now you're going to play 5 away games. That hadn't happened in a long time in the SEC. And now you're going to play 5 away games. It ain't going to be like going to Atlanta. Now, that'll be a home game for Tennessee this weekend. There's going to be a lot more orange there, the Tennessee color of orange, than the Syracuse orange. But when you're going home and home with Washington, or you're going home and home with Georgia Tech, or you're going home and home with Florida State, every other year you got an extra away game. And that's going to be neat, because a lot of these schools playing 8 and 9 home games. Well, you got to play 8, I guess, because you have 4 SEC away games. But now there's going to be 5 away games, and they'll balance it out. Could be 5 every year. What I think all these guys will do in scheduling, when they've got an extra conference game at home, maybe then they've got an extra conference game. Then they'll go away at in that home and home with the ACC or the Big Ten or whoever you're doing it with. So that's going to be interesting, watching these teams go on the road an extra time. As a coach, I never would get that. At Vanderbilt, we had to go make money, and most places I've ever coached, we're on the road a ton. And I always said these Alabamas and Oklahomas, and they're playing 4 home games. 4 away games at the most every year, and I'm playing 6. Sometimes might even been 7. And now the SEC having to play a 5th away game, I think that's going to be neat, man. I love watching the good programs go into places. And
it's going to make – hey, and that extra game, fans don't realize this yet, that is going to make all the difference in the world. You take it, hey, man,
Absolutely.
You take a Tennessee schedule this year and you add a Texas to it. I mean, it's a totally different world you're living in now.
And you had to go to Texas.
Oh, yeah. You're in a totally different world now. That's right. That's right.
They're going to play that 5th away game, because that good home-and-home non-conference game the commissioner's making them play is going to balance out with however many they got SEC home away. That's what's going to happen. But going to be 5 away games, and that one extra game is going to be neat watching, man. It's going to be neat to watch.
Brian Hartman, jump in here as the great Watson Brown joins. He's presented by our friends at Simpsons Meats, online at simpsonsmeats.com. Gift box is available, and, of course, with a holiday coming up, treat yourself to something a little special and a little different. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, there's neither quarterback in the game has went through their spring practice with their team. Do you think as we go along that they might not call as much as they normally would have had the quarterback gone through spring, and will they eventually get it to where he's played enough games where they can throw everything out there?
Absolutely, Brian. 100% agree with that statement. Both of them, if they're smart, they're going to protect their quarterback, and they're not going to have near the package that they'll have about game 5 or 6. So I won't call it conservative because you can have less passes but throw it 50 times. You just throw the same pass 4 or 5 times more, maybe, or something like that. But yeah, they're going to protect them, and they're not going to have deep packages. And if they do, it won't work because they just haven't had enough time to get deep into the offenses yet.
Watson Brown, I love you. I appreciate you. You've been incredible. You need to get out and play some golf the next couple days.
We got beautiful, isn't it? I got to play yesterday. Probably going to get to play again tomorrow. So I'm getting my swings in this beautiful weather. I'm telling you.
Because we got some football to watch, my man, this weekend.
Have fun, guys. It's on. It's time. I'm ready.
Love you, brother.
I'm ready to watch a bunch of games. Thanks, Tony.
Love you, brother. Thank you.
Love you
Great
too.
Watson Brown one more time. Cinco, how pumped are you? How pumped are you, Cinco?
Very pumped. The weather, you got me fired up when you started talking about the weather this morning. 55 degrees when I walked out this morning. I mean, that's, even though my tires are a little low now, that's part of it. But I can't wait to watch some football, man. I mean, our game's a little underwhelming. I mean, no offense to us in Syracuse for some of the other games, but I'm looking forward to seeing them all. There's, this thing, I think Coach Brown has said this before, is each year is a new year because there's brand new teams. I mean, every team is crafted year after year. In a way, you know what? You said this before about Nico, and that's on one side of the ledger, but and I get it. I have my feelings toward that whole deal. But I also, on the other side, I'm kind of looking forward to see what Squirrel White can do. I'm kind of looking forward to see what Jason Jenkins can do down there. I'm kind of looking Elijah Herring, who took a side look a detour to Memphis, and now is back in the big time at Florida State. I'm looking to see what he's going to do, and some of these other guys. So I don't know who they play in Notre Dame, I think, or Alabama, someone. But
they play Alabama,
if Squirrel White catches a touchdown, I'm going to clap for him.
You know what's funny about that is you're right. The transfer portal era, in a sneaky kind of way, right? It makes us pay attention to more teams than our own. People can lie all they want and say that when UCLA plays Saturday night, if people are up and they're stirring around and we're all fired up over Tennessee's win and the fact that football season's here, a bunch of people listening to me and listening to us right now are going to be dialed in and are going to be talking and are going to be watching that UCLA game. And Sean's so right. When Squirrel White's on, you're going to be watching him. When the Jenkins kid's on, you're going to be watching him. Guys that have transferred out, all those wide receivers that have transferred out, and you're not going to root against those kids. Now, you might root against Nico because he sort of left us in a lurch, depending on what our quarterback play looks like on Saturday. If our quarterback play on Saturday looks very shaky, we're going to be pissed off at him, and we're going to be rooting against them hard, okay? We just are. It's just the way it is. But if we live happily ever after, if we live happily ever after, though, we probably don't hate watch him either if we live happily ever after. But go ahead, Sean.
Well, a lot of other guys, just to catch you up. I mean, at Indiana, Holden Stays is up there. He ended up there. I liked him when he was down here. Started off a little bumpy, but he contributed last year.
Yep.
You got South Florida with Golish. You got Chaz Nimrod. Up in Maryland, you have Caleb Webb. I mean, he got a little lippy toward the end of the year criticizing some stuff. Nathan Leacock went to Purdue. Now he's at North Carolina. So there's a lot of guys. But, one thing you were talking about, the Klatt thing, and to put a bow on Nico, here's what I was wondering. I keep hearing about all these people talking about, well, if we'd have put more players around Nico, or if this or that, some of the narrative that they're trying to, buff up, make him look a little more presentable to everybody. But, I didn't hear anybody talking about how we need better quarterback play. All our wide receivers, for a lot of times last year, were running 3 and 4 yards downfield from their nearest defensive player. No one chimed in and saying, I need another quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that narrative always just gone one direction? I mean, I'll put a bow on it because I don't want to rip the kid. But that guy, if you go back and look, he is the worst starting quarterback that Josh Heupel's ever had. Look at the stats. That's not my opinion. That's fact. He is the Utah State. You go Drew Lock. You go anywhere. He's the worst starting quarterback that Josh Heupel's had. Even back to Oklahoma. Now, why is the narrative that this place let him down, that we didn't surround him with enough stuff? Heck, Joe Milton was better. Come on, as Mark from Columbus says.
So who are the different guys? Well, let's list those guys, okay? You've got Joe Milton. You've got Hooker.
You may not think so, but go look at the stats.
You've got Mackenzie Milton, another Milton, Mackenzie Milton. Who were the guys Brian, down at Central Florida? Mackenzie Milton.
Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan Gabriel. I'm not arguing with Cinco so far. Dylan
Mackenzie
Gabriel.
Milton.
Yes.
Drew Lock at Missouri.
Drew Lock. Who was
I
the
think
kid
he had Landry Jones at Oklahoma.
There's no
I
way.
think he had the Bradford kid.
Wow. There's no way that Nico's better than any of those guys.
No, it's not. It's not. And Joe's the closest one. And Joe just gets obliterated here by fans. And be it sometimes, I'll be the first to admit it. But Nico was no better. Go back and look at it. I mean, there may be an injured guy here and there, and you had to throw in a second or third string starter. And certainly Joe Milton, when he started the first year, wasn't great, but he turned in to be better. But Nico's the worst quarterback that Josh Heupel's had.
Wow.
And yet and the national media rip us apart about we had no playmakers. I bet Squirrel White would have liked to have had a couple of dimes thrown to him when he was wide open last year.
Give me some of those guys again.
Brew McCoy watching balls fly over him.
You've come loaded for bear here. So who are some of these guys where they've resurfaced? Go through that again. Stays at Indiana, Nimrod's at Maryland, Lee Cox at North Carolina.
No. Nimrod is at South Florida with Golish.
Okay.
Nathan Leacock is over at North Carolina with he went to Purdue and then left again. You have Caleb Webb. So that's the receivers, the 4 receivers, and then he went to Maryland.
Okay, Webb's at Maryland. Okay.
Yeah, Webb's at Maryland. It's been a couple of times, but Addison Nichols, he left us, went to Arkansas. Now he's at SMU, and I think he's a starter. And I think he's actually on one of these Remington lists, believe it or not, or interior offensive lineman lists.
Huh.
Caleb, the kid from the linebacker from Kentucky, Caleb, big 6'4" kid. We used him on third down. Really nice player. He's up at Louisville. I'll be rooting for him.
Yeah, we come in love today, man. Come in love.
Yeah.
I want all these guys. Why wouldn't you want a guy to succeed? The truth is, the portal's got to work 2 ways, right? You got to get your fair share out of it, and then when your fair share goes into it, you root those kids on. It's kind of the same concept of people around here that bang local kids when they don't sign with UT. And I'm going, well, for us to succeed, we've got to pull our fair share of kids away from in-state schools for this school to succeed. And down through the years, that was always my mentality. So I never beat up on somebody for leaving. And I remember coming here, and Leroy Thompson, went to Penn State, and Tennessee ended up with Reggie Cobb. Well, I remember the Leroy Who buttons, Sean, back in the day when buttons were a big thing. Everybody had the Leroy Who button out there. But
Khalifa Keith over at App State. I'll turn that on to see if he's got anything over there.
Why not? Yeah, Khalifa, and it's odd that he leaves the same time that his cousin Mike, Keith is going to get a chance to be the voice of the Vols. That's the ultimate irony.
All the family, Tony B.
By the way, did you know that Nico's cousin is starting the starting quarterback at Alcoa? People laughed at Andy when he talked about the family of 3,000, the nation of 3,000 surrounding Nico. That young man led them to a win the other day over Maryville. So there you go. And he's a little guy too, but he looked like a pretty good little player. We're going to take a brief time out. We're going to come back upon the continuance. And we are going to be upon the continuance, and we continue. They all want to get involved. They all want to call me right now. We're going to do something serious, and then we're going to get back into this program. We got a lot to talk about today. A lot. And we're going to take your calls. So line them up, 865-200-5402. And we continue with more on the other side after this.
WJBE 1040 AM, 99.7 FM.
Translator W259AB.
Powell, Knoxville.
Score a TD every time with T3 Vodka. T3 is Tennessee's premium vodka, handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. T3 Vodka is taking the Volunteer State by storm. T3 Vodka, handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where quality isn't just a promise, it's a way of life. Filtered 10 times and 80 proof, T3 Vodka delivers a smoothness that's unmatched. This dedication to excellence has already earned T3 Vodka prestigious accolades. T3 is a 5-time gold medal winning vodka and the 2025 SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner. Whether you're sipping it neat or on the rocks or mixing up your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka is your choice for a premium, award-winning experience. Score a T3 TD and ask for T3 Vodka by name at restaurants and wine and liquor stores today. Drink it neat, drink it right, drink T3 Vodka and score a touchdown every time. T3, Tennessee's premium vodka. Distributed by Athens Distributing Company. Please drink responsibly. Living Vol fan, we're on the countdown to kickoff, and that means you need to make sure you are game ready. Head to Alumni Hall to get this season's Tennessee sideline apparel. Nike, Columbia, Peter Millar, and more. Shop top brands for the entire family. Hats, Yeti, tailgating gear, and so much more. If it's for the Tennessee fan, Alumni Hall has it. Spend $150 and get $10 in Hall cash rewards. Shop at alumnihall.com. Download their app or shop any of their locations in Knoxville, Murfreesboro, or the Tri-Cities. Alumni Hall, the ultimate shopping destination for Vol fans.
It's the hottest post-game show on the planet. Garza Law, fifth quarter fan reaction. Fan reaction. As soon as the final gun sounds, we're live.
Tony Basilio, and we are live once again with Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. And Chad, you're out there on the field, 100 strong here in Knoxville. Talk to me. What's been going on with FC Alliance now that the weather's heating up?
We're out here for the first night of the boys' tryouts. We have over 400 kids that'll be here tonight. So a lot of exciting times right now for us. Our club teams start at U9 and we go all the way through U19. We have over 1,000 kids that come from Chattanooga from the Tri-Cities that make all our teams and make this club what it is today. So we're excited about it. We finished the younger kids a couple of weeks ago. We just finished the girls last night, and now we're on to our older boys program as we speak right now.
And we're blowing and going in the Tri-Cities. Tell me about it.
We started FC Alliance North 1 year ago, and coming off the first year, we're the largest, most competitive club up in the Tri-Cities area. We just finished our tryouts last night. Looks like right now we will be well over 400 kids for the upcoming season. So great things happening up there. We've put our boys into some really good regional leagues. So we're excited about what the future holds for them and also our girls programs.
If you want more information, check them out at fcallianceknox.org. That's fcallianceknox.org. Chad Stockton, keep growing the beautiful game here in East Tennessee.
Absolutely. Thanks, Tony.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Tony Basilio along with the great Mark Griffin. And we're here to talk about our friends at Performance Medicine. And Griff, their slogan, stay educated, stay healthy. That's you.
Wow. I really like to think that, Tony, and I'd like to give Dr. Rogers a lot of credit because I definitely want to stay educated and healthy, and knowing that he's putting the time and effort in to make sure of my care, I want to encourage your listeners to put the time to learn and become educated and get to know Dr. Rogers and see if it can help with your health as well.
And there's a really, really easy way to do that. In fact, they've got their own YouTube channel. You can see Dr. Rogers for himself with his staff. It's called The Performance Medicine Show over at the Performance Medicine channel over on YouTube. Also, more information at performancemedicine.net. To our friends in North Knoxville, a brand new location over in Fountain City, now accepting patients. So many ways to reach Dr. Rogers. And like they say, stay educated, stay healthy. Performance Medicine, online, performancemedicine.net. TB here for Cedar Bluff Plumbing, a live and local company that's been serving our area for over 32 years and counting because every customer counts, and I mean no job is too small. Cedar Bluff Plumbing just voted #1 by City View magazine because multiple plumbing experts are on call to serve all your plumbing needs. Chances are there'll be a plumber in your area when you call, and they won't send some salesman to your house. You're going to get a high-character, trustworthy, highly trained plumber who will serve you, not like some of these guys that look like they came off the set of America's Most Wanted. Cedar Bluff Plumbing is Basilio tested and approved and will go the extra mile for you because Chucky Mack is a servant of the people and my consigliere to the throne, celebrating over 32 years of serving living volunteers. Cedar Bluff Plumbing. Call 588-4448. That's 588-4448. Cedar Bluff Plumbing.
Attention Vol fans, are you tired of complicated, clunky fleet technology that makes your job harder? Say goodbye to frustration and hello to Connexial, your hometown partner in logistics. It's time to rev up your operations with next level fleet management from Connexial. Connexial is here to keep your business on track with technology that works as hard as you do. Our game-changing ELD gives you more than just hours of service. With AI-powered dash cameras and real-time asset tracking, you'll have eyes on the road, cargo, and your fleet from anywhere, anytime. And the best part, our friendly US-based customer support team is just one phone call away. No more long wait times or frustrating tech talk. Just real people with real solutions. With Connexial, you get a professional team you can trust and easy-to-use products that keep you on the road. What do you say, Tony?
I'm ready. Make the smart move and call Connexial today.
865-888-6920. Learn more at Connexial.com. That's Koneixial.com. Drive life with Connexial and go Vols.
Basilio here, and you know my friends at Carnes Motor Company started with a dream over a quarter century ago. I met Rob and Brian back when I still had hair. and they were working at a huge dealership in West Knoxville. But they told me back then they wanted to sell cars on their terms, and I wanted to do radio on my terms. Their terms, just like my terms, are ultimately your terms. In both cases, you're the winner. A Car Guru's National Award winner with a 5-star rating on all sites, just like our Vols. Everything about buying a car from Carnes Motor Company is no hassle. They specialize in high-quality pre-owned vehicles between the $5,000 to $25,000 range. And if you need to sell a car, they'll either buy your car or they'll help you sell it. Carnes Motor Company also has a top-notch service department. Therefore, every vehicle is rigorously inspected and serviced prior to delivery. So you're guaranteed to get a quality pre-owned vehicle every time. If you need a place for service, they've got you covered. Come be a part of the Carnes Motor Company family and tell them you heard about it from me. Online at carnesmotor.com. Oak Ridge Highway, 1 mile past the Carnes light. Carnes Motor Company.
Yeehaw! Some people say betting online is still the wild, wild west. But with the VIP Play app, you're riding with the best. VIP Play app is hotter than a $2 pistol packed with flair. Live hosts and features finer than a frog hair. Send your old betting problems out of town with a slap. You'll be betting sharp as a tack on the VIP Play app.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-88-99789. Must be 21 plus and located in Tennessee to bet.
Tony B. back with you as we break it down scientifically. It's unbelievable, Andy. Excited to be with you on a Wednesday. The great Sean Sinclair's in the house. And, you know, the thing that I absolutely love and adore about, you know, kind of living here is the volunteer spirit. And, you know, it's hard to beat, right? It really is. And seeing Jason Swain put his arms around Ben McKee with what Ben's going through, and Ben's going to get through this now. Ben's a tough guy. Ben's going to get through this. And then seeing Jennifer Morris jump in there, who sponsors, you know, John Adams with us, but just getting a chance to be a part of this community and see these things is so humbling. And I've invited Jennifer on to talk about what she's felt led to do and jump in with Jason as far as standing beside Ben McKee. So Jennifer, welcome in. And I appreciate
Tony, how are you?
Oh, hey, I'm blessed to be here today. But tell me about what we're doing for Ben McKee. I just tweeted it out a second ago, and share with us, share your heart with us, share your heart with us, please.
You bet. Well, thanks for letting me come on and do this. Ben was a little bit reserved about me doing it, but I know he would be here to help any of us when we needed it. So he gave me his blessing to do so. You all probably saw, and most of Vol Twitter and our Vol Nation family saw what Ben's going through. And one of my partners with another sponsorship that I do with Swain Event, Jason Swain, wanted to wrap his arms around Ben and help out, and started what's called a meal train, which is still up and running for people to donate meals and even donate gift cards as well. And myself and Jason and another Vol fan who I hadn't talked to this morning, so I'm not going to mention her name, all got together last night and said, you know, a GoFundMe is a lot more visible. So let's go on ahead and get that up and running. And with Ben's blessing, again, very reserved about it, he said that'll be fine. So we have a GoFundMe up now, which you said you just tweeted out, I believe, and it's on mine as well, Swain's, and probably many others, just to help Ben and his family out through this time. You know, I've known Ben now for almost 8 years through my sponsorship with Swain Event. He's trusted me to help his family purchase 2 homes and sell one. He has been there for me as well. Years ago when my husband was in a horrible accident, which was maybe 6 weeks after my dad died. And that was a really tough time. And Ben was there for me then too. So I want to show the love to someone that I love dearly. And this is how I think we need to do it.
Well, I think it's a wonderful thing. And if folks want to reach out, tell them where they can find that. And by the way, you can go over to my Twitter account at Tony Basilio, and I'll be posting it in the blog tomorrow. I posted the link to the meal train that Swaney started today, and I understand we kind of, and you all kind of overwhelmed those folks, which is great, right?
It was awesome. It is awesome. And again, you can still go over there and donate meals if you want to do that, gift cards as well, totally up to you. But again, GoFundMe is something that everybody knows, and it seems to be a lot more visible. So we just want to keep this rally going for someone who gives his all to the Vols. That's for dang sure. And when he gets backing up, he'll be doing it again, letting us all know about all Vols and working hard and doing his thing. So again, this is how we want to help him.
You know, it is it's an incredible thing just to see this community come together. And how about the generosity of people already, Jennifer? I mean, isn't that just...
Yeah, when I looked at the meal train last night, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I guess I could believe it because that's how all the Vols are. This is what we do. But just to see everybody jump on board to help Ben, it should make him and his family feel good and show him all the love that we have for him. And again, I was just shocked at what I saw last night, but I shouldn't have been shocked whatsoever because this is what we do.
You know, we've got, and I was telling you today, we've got a world where you have got to hold on to the good things. You got to celebrate the beauty in things. There's a deal going on in Minnesota right now. I'm looking at CNN, and there's a deal going on, like a live story of another one of these senseless school shootings, and I just sit here and I just appreciate so much the hearts of people. The good folks out there that want to help and want to pay it forward. And one thing I know about Ben, when he gets back on his feet, like you said, he's a pay it forward guy. So, so this is an opportunity to help him and his young family and let them know that we stand with them. And is there anything else that you'd care to add, Jennifer, on the way out? And I really appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate you having me on. I appreciate all of Vol Nation for what they've already done and for what they're going to do.
Yep.
Again, I think Ben would hop on board the train for all of us if we needed it. I've seen him do it for me personally. So I'm just excited that it's rallied so much so quickly, and let's keep it going.
I really appreciate you. Thank you, Jennifer Morris. You're the greatest.
You got it. Love y'all. Go Vols.
G to the B to the O. Cinco, you and I have talked many times about the great job Ben McKee does. And he's had to step away because getting those treatments, man, really knocks it out of you. Really takes it out of you. They got to bring you way down to get you up. But he's loved and appreciated, Sean.
Yeah, he does a wonderful job. I hope the Lord reaches down and touches him and gives every bit of information to his healthcare providers and also sustains his family and friends as he works through this. I'm sure he will come out better than ever, and I'm sure he will not waste this experience and help other people throughout his lifetime as they go through something similar.
So I want to encourage you to go check that out, and we just tweeted that out, and we'll have it over on the blog tomorrow as well to keep it out in front of people. In the meantime, though, we shift gears. We're getting ready to jump to our phones and get as many people in here as we can at 200-5402. I had a conversation this morning with the great Al Wilson, who's going to be Tennessee's honorary captain at their kickoff game coming up this weekend. And let me tell you something. You spend some time with Al Wilson, and you're going to walk out of that deal fired up, focused, and prepared. You talk about somebody with some presence. This guy got in that line about 9 times, okay, when he was being made. I mean, geez Louise, dude. Anyway, so Al is going to be joining us live, not Friday, but a week from Friday, down at Calhoun's on the river. So just another sweetener for us right on the eve of the first home game as Tennessee gets it on with MTSU. And Matt uncovered something, not ETSU rather, and Matt Dixon shared with us that Cade McNamara, who beat out Joe Milton for the Michigan job when Joe Milton transferred here, I mean, it's crazy. He's starting at ETSU. So you talk about a full circle deal. But let's go to the phones. We'll get as many people in here as humanly possible. Hello and welcome into our next call. You're on the air.
2 days left before we spot the ball. And you talking about Nico. Nico, out of all them quarterbacks y'all named, Joe Milton was sorry. I told you he was sorry when I called you 3-4 years ago. I told you he was sorry. But Nico, out of all them quarterbacks y'all named, took y'all to a playoff for the first time since 1998. And y'all gonna talk about that boy like that just because he left y'all. He left y'all in a precarious position. But guess what? You on this little dude, what's his name, the Aguilar's coattail now. Every quarterback y'all get, y'all praise them until they do something crazy. And then the things that make sense to y'all don't make sense to y'all, but make sense to everybody else. Y'all get on them. The boy's going to be fine, Tony B. Leave him alone.
Hey, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something, okay? Because this is the context in which the statement was made, and I sign off on the statement of Sean Sinclair. Which of these guys was Nico better than? Was he better than Joe Milton?
Hell yeah.
No, he wasn't. Was he better
Hell
than
yeah. Joe Milton couldn't receive it. He couldn't complete a pass if he walked up to the person and handed it to him.
Was he better than his brother from another mother, Mackenzie Milton? No.
Come on,
was he
bro.
better than Hendon Hooker?
No. Hooker took you places before he got hurt.
Was he
Hooker
better
was
than
the only savior y'all had.
Was he better than Dylan Gabriel? No.
Yes.
Was he better than Drew Lock at Missouri? No. Was he better than Landry Jones? No. Was he better than Slammy Sleeves, Sam Bradford? No. Florida.
Y'all would say that. Y'all would say that now because he's gone. You would say that now because he's gone. But when I swear to God, when he first got here, boy, y'all was on him like hot butter on a breakfast toast. Y'all was loving Nico. Y'all was doing everything but Nico. Y'all got y'all savior, bro. And now the boy gone. Give him a break, man. Give him a break. I'm going to give you this quote from Billy Napier. You know, the Mormon you always talk about?
Yep.
Just spot the ball, bro. It's time to spot that ball so y'all can see what's going on.
Well, y'all are going to get a chance. Y'all are going to get a chance for one of your 6 wins this year when LIU comes to town.
6. You can call it 6. I'm saying 10.
Well, the real fun begins for you when South Florida comes a-calling on September 6th. Because I'm going to tell you something. Comrade Golish is going to bring it to the table on y'all.
Look at you naming names, boy. This is how I know you pull against us so bad, bro. This is how I know how you are. You know what I mean? But when it comes November 22nd, and when the Vols have to travel down there to Gainesville, I'll be there with my fine stand. I drove all the way from Knoxville, Tennessee to see those Vols get their ass spanked. That's what I'm going to say, Tony B. That's what I'm going to say.
I wonder if you're going to have a chance to tune in on September 13th when you guys go to Tiger Stadium. And those LSU Bengal Tigers are smarting from their loss from Clemson because they're going to lose to Clemson.
And they're going to lose,
And they're going to take it out on you guys. They're going to take it out on you guys.
Brian Kelly, man, can't coach his way out of a wet paper bag. And everybody always talking about, you know what I mean, Chip Kelly, all these Kelly boys, they dumb as a box of rocks. And y'all always supporting them. And they can't coach their way into a winning team if they wanted to. But y'all keep supporting them. Because guess what? That's what y'all do.
Hey, and don't get me started, okay? Don't get me started on those Miami Hurricanes, big boy, on September 20. Or would you rather focus on that game 2 weeks later when you take on the number one team in the land, the hottest band in the land, as the great Paul Stanley once said, another Kiss reference here, when you face number one Texas, big boy, number one big Texas boy. At the Benny Hill Griffin Stadium.
Hey, the apple don't fall far from the tree when it comes to Arch. He's going to be just like old Peyton Happy Feet. Peyton, Mr. Happy Feet.
Oh, that's a crack.
Because he's gonna have to face them linebackers and them DBs. They coming after his ass, and if he don't be right, Tony B, you know what's gonna happen.
Maybe that visit to Kyle Field will make a believer out of you on October the 11th, big boy. Maybe that's what's gonna make a believer out of you.
Man, they still ain't got over Jimbo Fisher, bro. They still ain't got over Jimbo Fisher. You can name all of them we played. They still ain't got over Jimbo Fisher. And that dude in Miami you talking about that just left Georgia, he didn't have no other place to land but in Miami. And guess what?
Well, speaking of Georgia.
Hurricane going to come down there and turn that up, boy, when it's called the Gators.
Speaking of Georgia, you get them on November 1st. I don't know what's going to be. Or Kentucky's beaten you 5 of the last 6 years on November the 8th. Or
got to go to Ole Miss.
The lane train. You got to go to Ole Miss a week before you play. What's going to be left of you? Hey, by the time we get to you, by the time I get to Phoenix, are you guys going to have 4 wins?
Hey, spot the ball. That's all I'm going to say to you. Spot the ball. And guess what?
Are you going to have 4 wins, Florida?
Are you going to be at the what's his name down there at the Calhoun's on the River Friday?
Of course.
You're going to have a special guest coming out Friday.
Is Rapper Andy coming? Is Rapper Andy coming?
Ask him to tell him to bring his ass on down there because I'll be down there. Come on down because I'll be down there Friday.
Come on, man.
Early.
He's a beat tactician. The beats and the rhymes and the way he cuts them up. I might have to bring my Wheels of Steel to accompany him and be his cut creator. Because I'm going to tell you what, your Florida Gators are going to have a lot of cuts before this thing's over. Good gosh almighty. Right? I hear him in the background. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had an amen there in the background, Florida. I heard an amen there in the background.
Hey, they love these boys. They love your Tennessee Vols up here, and I can't stand it. It makes me sick.
Florida, you're my main man. Bend over and kiss your rear end goodbye. You're out of here. Stick a fork in him. 865-200-5402. Cinco, when you read their schedule off, that's not a daunting schedule. That's like impossible, man, what Florida has to go through. I mean, what's going to be left of them by the time we get to them?
I'm glad it's not our schedule. We'd be looking at a 6-6 or worse year there. So if they can get 9 or 10 wins, as Florida says, they deserve all the credit they can get. And Napier will deserve a big raise because that is, I said it before, I think that schedule's unfair.
I mean, that just ain't right, is it, bro? That just ain't right.
No, it's absolutely not. When you take a look at, I mean, Georgia and Florida's again, we crack on them, but Florida's a blue blood. If you go back to Meyer with championships, Spurrier with championships, I mean, they've never really had a stretch of down like we've had and some other programs have had. But for them to get picked on like that, I'm not exactly sure who they've ticked off.
Yeah. Yes. I don't know who right. Hey, Brian, when I read through that schedule, and I'm not all kidding aside with Florida, I don't know what's going to be left of them by the time they get to us, Bri. You might be right on that, Bri. I might come around to Papa's way of thinking, Bri.
That's why I think making that game play out in November is really advantageous to Tennessee. And if you go back and look at history, Tennessee actually has done very well against them, and the game falls later in the season. So I don't, if they're healthy, if they can get through that healthy, but I don't know if they can, and I don't know, especially if they're out of if they think they're out of the playoff running, what they'll have emotionally left, because in September everybody's fired up, and you go down there and it is what it is. But if they're out of the playoff picture, and you know how Florida is, they're kind of a front running type deal.
Yep. Unbelievable, Andy. Really is. Back to our phones we go. Cinco, that Joel Klatt thing really was an out of nowhere full frontal assault on Josh Heupel and his program, trying to spin that thing that Nico's some victim. Cinco.
Well, I think he is somewhat of a victim, but it's only because of his own household. He's certainly not a victim from Tennessee. I guess the market might dictate a $3 million starting quarterback in the SEC, but his play didn't. And I'm not here to punish him, regardless of what Florida might think. I don't have any animosity toward him. He is right in that when we signed him, we were in a dark period, and I thought that was a commitment from Spire and the donors to move us up. But if I'm honest, probably the only reason he came here was because of the $2 million a year, and it was an outlier at the time. And he's right. Florida's right again that, hope sprang eternal watching him throw it around in 7-on-7 in his PJs. But when the rubber met the road and he became the starting quarterback outside of that Iowa game, I thought he was a below SEC average quarterback. That's not sour grapes. I said that all last year after the first game. And I'm not the only one. But is he probably more talented than the guy we have now? Absolutely. Is he probably a better prospect in the NFL if they develop the same? Absolutely, he probably is, because he's got a lot of talent. But it's all about production now. And I think the guy we have now has a chance to be every bit or not, if not more productive than Nico was. So we'll see. We're humans. There's still people that feel bad that Lane Kiffin left here. There are people that still probably feel bad that when Doug Dickey left here. That's just the way things go. I don't want him to. I don't want him to be injured. But a little dark comedy. If UCLA flops this year, I'll check it out a little bit. But I won't spend more than a couple seconds every Saturday checking it out.
Yeah, it's interesting. Back to the phones we go. Hello, you're on the air. Welcome on this Wednesday.
Hey, what's going on, Tony? Who's your all right?
Hey, who's your all Ryan? Welcome in, brother.
So, to your point, you're talking the Klatt article. Here's how not thought through that article was, because I got to thinking about it yesterday. Didn't get a chance to call in. In the 90s, two legendary coaches did not produce great NFL players, but no one says they wouldn't want them as their coach. One of them is Sean Sinclair's boy, Tom Osborne, who wasn't even trying to get a quarterback ready to play in the NFL. But the other one is Spurrier. When you think about it, Grossman was terrible, and he made a Super Bowl, but he's considered one of the worst to ever do it, make a Super Bowl. And Werfel and Matthews were career backups. And I don't think Palmer even got drafted. He might have, but no one remembers.
Isn't that a great point, Sean?
Spurrier's not a great coach.
It's not your job. It's not your job to develop these guys. Now, should a five-star quarterback that has designs on playing in the upper echelon and playing in the NFL, that's their decision to make, not my decision to make. But if you can play, the NFL is going to find you. That's all. If you can play, NFL is going to find you.
More to the point, Joel Klatt, who has your boy Urban Meyer developed for the NFL other than Alex Smith? And that was right out of the gate there at Utah, his first real job.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just stupid. I'm sorry. You know, the Buckeyes finally, I think, have the Buckeyes finally produced a good NFL quarterback just in the last couple of years? For years, Nick Saban at Alabama, all his quarterbacks were just kind of dudes, and now they're producing. It was a silly article. I'm like, look, could Heupel tweak things? Absolutely, but that's a silly way of judging it. But whatever.
It's kind of interesting though. I mean, you know, the thing about it is it gets back to this. Hey, Cinco, you know, Watts and Brown said it earlier. It isn't the job of these guys to develop these high-level pros. But you know what? Even what you say with Ohio State, the Fields kids playing in the NFL, you know, you're going to have guys, and Heupel already has several guys that are currently in the NFL that played quarterback for him. I mean, he should get credit for this Milton guy who just got taken high in the draft. Not Milton. Who's the guy that's got taken by the Browns? Dylan Gabriel. I'm sorry. You know, Cinco, it kind of flows both ways, doesn't it?
I think all these arguments are usually, you know, bolstered by some kind of narrative that you have. He's exactly right. No one was ripping Spurrier for putting people, quarterbacks in the NFL that could sustain a career there, because why? What would happen? As soon as you got in Spurrier's face, he'd shoot you down.
Yep.
No one got in the face. No one got in the face of Tom Osborne. No one got me. Wait, how many quarterbacks did Barry Switzer put in the NFL? I mean, Troy Aikman had to leave Oklahoma to go to UCLA.
Yeah.
Yep.
More to piggyback Cinco's point real quick out the door. Tone, have you watched the 90s Cowboys version of The Last Dance on Netflix? That goes into that, Switzer and Aikman. It is unbelievable. It is so great.
Tell me about it. Share it with us. What's great about it?
Oh, well, the whole documentary is great, but the point I was going to make, it talks about the building and how complicated it is that Jerry Jones simultaneously helped build and then ruined that franchise. And the male soap opera that is that whole thing is just unbelievable. But, you know, something I was thinking about when you talked on your blog today, that the college football money, it's showing that it's starting to, you know, it's hitting home on this money might be getting out of control, that Heupel's got an extension and he's not making any more money.
And no raise.
Because everybody's got their hands out.
Yep.
You know, that documentary goes into how Jerry was the first to corporatize a stadium. To pay for Dion was the implication, but it might have been to pay for other things. And it was just tacky. Put the logo on this, put this. And then he exploded it where his team now isn't a serious team. And they have this unbelievable stadium, and it was the first. And then Bama did it in the SEC, and Neyland's kind of moving that way. If anyone's listening and they don't care, college football may be a sport funded by the super rich, but its soul is in the working class man. Do not price us out.
That's already happened.
Because Neyland Stadium, we've lost one game in that stadium for 3 years. And let me tell you, it's not because we're an elite team. We're not an elite team. We're a very good team. It's because of the poor men and women that love the Vols and the working class men and women that love the Vols that go to that place and make it roar. And, you know, you look at the Cowboys. I've never been to Texas Stadium or Jerry World, but I bet its soul kind of went away a little bit when they started doing some of this nonsense, and I hope we're not heading there. You know, and that's how Penn State is. Up your way, Tone, where you're originally from. Penn State, it's hard as heck to win a game up there, and it's not because they're Ohio State. They're not as good as Ohio State. It's because Beaver Stadium, Neyland Stadium, and Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge are advantages. I hope they don't price that advantage out.
Well, it's really well put. The unfortunate thing is that these people in their ever perpetuating arms race don't have time to care about anything and anybody, and that's a sad deal. And the Heupel non-raise deal, under the old way of doing things, pre-NIL, if you would have made the 12-team playoff from Tennessee, they would have made it rain on you financially. And all he got in that raise was another year, which is significant if it ever gets to a buyout. But he also got more airplane time. And I've been told that at Tennessee, they are while they're raising all this money, just to go to show you what a new day we're in, while they brag about all this new money they've raised, people around there are on heightened alert that we are in a kind of I don't want to say a belt tightening mode because that might be overstating it, but it's pretty close to that. And so it's certainly a different day. It's certainly reflective in the fact that the money has to filter down to these athletes. Look, these coaches are way overpaid, and they've been way overpaid for a long time. And the reason they were way overpaid is because they were making so much damn money that they couldn't figure out how to spend it. They couldn't figure out how to spend it. So,
do you guys think, I'll get off, was Neyland Stadium better when we didn't have the box to get, now we're 102,000. Was Neyland Stadium better when it was could be 109,000 without the bells and whistles and the box seats? Do you think it was better, in your all's opinion?
I mean, look, I'm an old soul, so I always look back on what would it have been like to go to baseball games in the, up there in Flatbush, to go see games up there and see the Brooklyn Dodgers play, before they pulled these teams out of these little communities. So, obviously I'm the wrong guy to ask that question too. When I came to school and Cinco came to school in the mid-'80s, there was a certain charm about Neyland Stadium that you just can't replicate today. But I don't know which era is better. It's different. But I know this much. In the heart, it still matters. Like the caller Josh called in. Josh, our truck driving buddy. And he said the other day, I'm mad as hell at Danny White for what he's done, but I'm very, very excited for the upcoming football season. They can price you out of it, but they can't take it from you. They can't take it from you. That's the truth. They can price it out of you. They can make it as corporate and transactional as they want to make it. The kids can be as professional as they want to be and transfer every year. When they kick that ball off, you're going to feel like a little kid on Saturday. They can't take that from you, man. As long as we're here and we're breathing, they can't take it from you. But thank you, Ryan. I appreciate the call.
You're welcome, bud.
Thank you. Come back on the other side. I want to hear from you. Here's the deal. This thing I've been going through with my back, I'm getting ready, finally, thank God, to get an MRI today so I can figure out what's going on. Welcome to modern-day healthcare. You got to sit there and writhe around in pain for 5 weeks because it's all a total sellout, and normal, regular citizens get squeezed. Don't get me started. We take a brief time out and come back on the other side. So we're not going to do TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime. I hope you understand. But I have an appointment. I got to get to where I'm going. So we take a brief time out. We come back. We finish up on the other side right after this.
Guests appear on the TLD Logistics Hotline. Online at tldlogistics.com.
Next week is your last chance to see your Knoxville Smokies in action this season.
No way.
Join us for our final All-You-Can-Eat Wednesday. Less than $30 gets you into the game and all the food your stomach can handle. We also have Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers, fireworks Friday and Saturday nights, and Fan Appreciation Day on Sunday, with free prizes given out during the game. It's your last chance, so get those tickets now at SmokiesBaseball.com.
Whether it's baseball, football, softball, church groups, or schools, if you're raising money, do it with locally roasted Grade A Grounds coffee. I'm Billy Miller, a Vol alum and Knoxville native. You keep 40% of sales, and we donate 5% back to our East Tennessee community. Get started today by visiting our website at gradeagrounds.com.
Although summer is almost over, the last thing you want during sweltering heat is a broken air conditioner or HVAC system. That means it's more important than ever to keep you and your family comfortable and safe during extreme East Tennessee weather. Don't ignore the warning signs that your AC is struggling or nearing the end of its lifespan. And if you need emergency HVAC repairs, routine preventative maintenance, or want to invest in a new system, then call the trusted HVAC experts at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. This month, get up to a $1,000 discount when you buy and install a new air conditioner or HVAC system. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer flexible payment plans including 0% financing with credit approval. Be sure to ask about our 10-plus year warranties that are 2 times longer than industry standards so you don't spend a cent on unexpected costs in the future. So call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Life never stops moving. And between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, weekly soccer practice, Tuesday night yoga, X number of coffee runs, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up. A tire designed for doers. A tire that's going to last. Like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety and comfort you expect, you can forget all about the miles ahead and focus on getting to your destination or conquering your to-do list. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. That's Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire. Basilio here for Budget Transmissions. TGMD, the great Matt Dixon, took his Ford Escape to budget, and like our gold bullet back in the day, it was a total mess. And now, Matt's back in the game. He's got a new transmission, axle, wheel bearing, both radiator hoses, engine mounts, coolant hoses. I mean, his Ford Escape was about to escape to the junkyard, but he didn't begrudge it. He took it to budget, and now he's on his way back to Omaha. Budget Transmissions, over 30 years in business, conveniently located in Bearden. All extended service contracts are honored. A gold certified Repair Pal member. 865-584-4391. 865-584-4391. Budget Transmissions. Don't begrudge it. Take it to budget.
Hey there, Basilio family. Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. The countdown to fall football is on. Is your fall plan missing the perfect home to watch the Vols make another playoff run? If a new view is on your game day checklist, I'm ready to help you find it. Don't wait until kickoff. Give me a call today at 865-694-5904 or visit my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Basilio here reminding you that when you want to sell your extra tickets to the game, you don't want to give your life away online with all your personal information just because you want to sell a few extra tickets. Clark Moore at Select Ticket Service will gladly buy your extra game tickets and your extra parking passes. And the best part? Clarky Boy pays cash. 865-919-1016. 865-919-1016. Clarky Boy pays cash at Select Ticket Service. Clarky Boy pays cash. Tony B here with the great Zakai Ziegler for Advent.
Hey, whoa.
Tony, I got this. Hey, Tennessee, it's easy here. Next time you have an electric issue at your home or business, call my friends at Advent Electric. With offices in Knoxville and Nashville, it's Mama's Easy approved.
You heard it from the most electrifying player in the league. Call the service professionals at Advent Electric, 865-588-0631. Online, adventelectric.com. Tell them ZZ sent you.
What do the names Kirby Connell, Jordan Beck, Evan Russell, Drew Beam, and John Fulkerson have in common? When they have questions about the law, they call on Marcos Garza and the Garza Law Firm. The Garza Law Firm can handle anything law-related that may come your way. Join these VFLs and let the Garza Law Firm assist you. Visit them online at garzalaw.com. That's garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Are you stuck in a dead-end job or ready for a new challenge? Do you feel like it's time to try a new career? Well, it's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. My friends at TLD Logistics have some really exciting opportunities for you to learn a new skill. With a new 5-acre driving academy that's now under new leadership with all new course material. And the best part, it's absolutely free. What a great deal to set you on the road to higher pay. And TLD Logistics even offers weekly stipends to offset food and gas expenses. In 6 weeks' time, you could complete this course and be in compliance with FMCSA regulations. Then you're ready for the open road of opportunity. What are you waiting for? It's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. Visit tldlogistics.com. That's tldlogistics.com. TLD Logistics. Basilio here reminding you that when you want to sell your extra tickets to the game, you don't want to give your life away online with all your personal information just because you want to sell a few extra tickets. Clark Moore at Select Ticket Service will gladly buy your extra game tickets and your extra parking passes. And the best part? Clarky Boy pays cash. 865-919-1016. 865-919-1016. Clarky Boy pays cash at Select Ticket Service. Clarky Boy pays cash. Wow. As we welcome you back, 865-200-5402. Double shout out there to Clarky Boy. I'm going to go back to our phones. 865-200-5402. Let's get our next call in. Hello and welcome. I'm jumping out here in about 10 because I gotta get to an MRI, so I hope you all understand. Otherwise, I'd sit on here all night and all day, and I'd boogie. We'd stay here and boogie. We gonna stay here and boogie? Let's get our next call in. Hello and welcome. You're on the air.
Hey, Tony, it's Holly.
Hey, Holly, welcome in.
Good luck on your MRI. My husband went through the same thing, and the doctor told him, you know, your physical therapy is not going to do any good, but I can't let you have a MRI CT until you do that. So he has suffered through it for 4 weeks, and next week he'll finally get his test too.
That's what we're doing. That's what we do as a society now. We make people, we torment people, basically.
It's just crazy. But anyway, I wish you the best. I was being nice there, so now I want to be mean. I just wanted to say, because Florida cracks me up, and he jumped me once several years ago, so I'm going to just jump him today.
Let's rip him.
My goodness. I'm so tired of him talking about Nico and jumping us about Nico and the whole Nico deal, and that we didn't handle him right and all that. And I just want to go, I don't know what planet you are on, and maybe it's because he's not a Vol. But he's wrong, and I'm tired of it. I'm also tired of Nico this and Nico that. I don't want to hear. I don't want him hurt or anything. I wish the kid well, good riddance. But I don't want all of us balls to be checking the scores and all, and every time UCLA plays. I'm making a vow to myself that I'll check it on my ESPN app when I scroll through to see who won and who didn't all week. And that'll be the end of it.
Y'all are better than me, Holly. You're better than me because I'm going to watch him get eaten alive by that Utah bunch. I'm popping me a big bowl of popcorn. That Utah bunch is going to rain it down on him, and I hope he gets hammered. I'm sorry. I hope he throws 5 interceptions.
I think that that's probably going to happen to him too, but I don't care. I mean, he is just another football player, and I don't want to waste my energy on him when I can waste my energy on other people that, deserve it, to me to dig deep on them and all of that. And I'll also be glad when we kind of finally start the season, we can start talking facts, because some of these people on here, like Florida, the good, the bad, and in between, running their mouths about stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm just sitting here going, we're all guessing right now. We don't really know for sure.
Right.
And, I'm going to find it very interesting, since I'm bashing Florida today, how often he calls in this season. Because let me tell you, I don't think there could be a better schedule for somebody that I hate, like I hate the University of Florida, than them. I think it's going to be epic. I think it's going to be tragic. And it couldn't happen to a nicer bunch of people. I think I got urinated on with some urine mist one time in a game there. And I had to live down there for 23 years.
Oh, my
and
gosh.
Listen to their baloney.
Holly, are you kidding?
Tony,
that happened to you?
I hate them.
Oh.
Don't you?
I can't stand those people. Yeah, I couldn't believe it at the time that their administration let the stuff go on that went on toward our fan base. I witnessed it twice in the 90s. It was gross and disgusting and uncivilized, and it wasn't even third world. It was like fifth world. I mean, it was unbelievable the way those people behaved.
Well, and, honestly, when you think that you got misted on by urine in a stadium, you kind of don't forget that. You just don't. So I hope that they lose every game this season. And, like I said, it just couldn't happen to a better group. Lastly, and I'm going to end on a positive note, there's nothing like all you guys and girls that keep us up and in touch with everything about UT Vols, all the sports, and I appreciate it so. So I just want to say get well to Ben McKee, and I know, and from experience that we've been involved in, these GoFundMe things are life-affirming and life-changing when people are having issues, whether it's sickness or financial issues or death in the family or whatever. It is unbelievable. And, give to this wonderful family so that this will be one less thing that they have to worry about as he goes through cancer treatment. And I know the Vols will do it, and go Vols.
Thank you, Holly. You're the best. And I'm so sad and sorry that happened to you. That makes me very angry. If I was there, I would have lended a hand to protect you in the form of a knuckle sandwich. Hello and welcome into our next call. You're on the air.
Hey, Tony, Rob in Dallas.
Hey, Rob, welcome in.
Hey, thanks, man. Hey, I sent you a couple emails, so when you get a chance, take a look.
Did you send them today?
No, past couple days.
Resend them to me, please. Resend them to me. We've had a very busy period here, and today we have an announcement on Russell Smith's show this afternoon. People will understand why, but resend them to me, okay? And put in the subject heading Rob in Dallas, okay? Thank you.
Sure will.
Thank
hey,
you, buddy.
Couple things. One,
Yeah.
let's ask the Tennessee football team, what would they rather have? Would they rather have a coach that goes 7-5, but they're ready to play in NFL, or would they rather win football games? That I don't think it's Josh Heupel's job to sit there and, be the combine for the NFL. He's there to win football games, period.
Yes, that's right. You're exactly right.
This whole Nico thing, I'm with Holly. I don't care. He's not a Tennessee Vol, never was.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like you. I hope he loses every friggin' football game.
Well, that's it. I'm on a hate watch, man. It kind of is what it is,
Yeah, it is what it is. But, Joe Klatt's a frickin' idiot. I hate that guy. I never watch his show. So, but, I was just like everybody else. When he came to Tennessee, I was on the hot train too. You know, I was like, yeah, here we go. Now we finally got somebody. And then I went to 3 games last year, man, and I'm going to tell you what, I wasn't impressed at all. Matter of fact, I was worried.
No, I remember you calling. You're one of the guys that called early on and said, man, I don't know what we have here in this quarterback, because he just, for whatever reason, UCLA is going to find that out. He's just, when you get on the field with him, it just doesn't click. He's one of those guys that looks great, looks like he should be great. When you play lesser competition, he feels great, but for him, it just doesn't click, man.
No, and, you know, all I'm asking out of Joey Aguilar is just hit open receiver, because, you know, I forget a couple callers ago called in and said we had wide receivers 3 or 4 yards wide open down the field, and he just missed them. Either he'd overthrow or he would throw into double coverage and miss the guy that was streaking down the field. And I was at 3 of the games and saw it, you know. So everybody's worried about, you know, do we have wide receivers? We may have some great wide receivers that just never got the ball thrown to them.
Well,
I'm like you. I'm going to root for Squirrel White, because I saw Squirrel White screaming down the field multiple times and never got hit.
Rob, thank you. You're the man. Please email me. And shout out to Cinco, Sean Sinclair, SEA, and Sinclair, DDS, beautiful Maryville. Cinco, thank you, brother.
Thank you, Tone. Good luck on your MRI, my friend.
Yeah, good luck, Tone. Get a report.
Brian Hartman, my best to you. And tomorrow we come back. Matt Dixon will be here. C will be in the house. Listen, anyway, we do it all over again. We love you. We appreciate you. Matt Dixon shined like the sun in the middle of the day over at tclub.team. Check out his projections on the depth chart today. And we love you. Thank you, Laura. God bless, and GBO.
WJBE 1040 AM 99.7 FM.
Translator W259AB.
Powell, Knoxville.
You found TonyBasilio.com, home of the Tony Basilio Show. In just a few minutes, we'll be right with you with another award-winning, action-packed edition of your Tony Basilio Show. You found Radio Free Tennessee. Your Tony Basilio Show will begin momentarily. Keep it locked in right here at TonyBasilio.com and on your Tony Basilio app. And hey, do us a favor. Spread the word.